All right. Hello, everyone. We are, somebody could give me a thumbs up. We're here live in Logan, Utah at my girlfriend's quilt shop, and we are so excited because we have Amanda Neiderhauser in the house, and she is debuting her brand new book called More Playful Precuts, right? Oh my goodness, this is like hot off the press, right?
Hot off the press.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness, so excited. So if you're joining us live, will you let me know if you can hear me? We're trying out something a little bit different. Oh, hi, Donna. Nice to see you. And Sandra. Okay. Somebody can, oh, am I hearing my voice? I'm hearing my voice. Okay, we're good. Yay, this is good news. Okay, so welcome everyone, an official welcome. Welcome to our friends here locally who are with us as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring my mic over to Amanda. Okay, and then don't worry if you don't see the,
We're still talking.
oh yeah. If you don't see the quilts immediately, trust me, I got you. I'll make sure and get the camera right on there. So, all right, we're good. All right, here we go.
All right. I will try not to trip or pull the thing off the table, but I can't make any promises. Hey everyone, thanks for joining on. So excited and so excited for you guys for coming. So it's hard to get out of the house sometimes and put on makeup and feel cute and come be in public sometimes. So you guys did it. So awesome. Okay, we're getting, okay. Yes, come sit down. All right, we're adjusting the camera there. So I just wanted to introduce my daughter, Ella. She, come and say hi, get on the camera. Say hi. Hi. So Ella is my girlfriend's employee and a huge my girlfriend's fan. We've been fans since day one, since they opened. So anyway, we love the community. We love our girlfriends, and it's just a fun community that you've created. So let's give Chris a round of applause for being so great. So, all right. Ella is going to help show the quilts, but really quick, I just thought I'd just introduce myself to you guys in case we're not, we don't go way back like some of us do. Some of us we just met today. So I live in Southern California, but I grew up in Northern California, and I came to Utah State for college. Go Aggies! I didn't know anybody. I just thought, I want to ski, so Utah State sounds great. Let's go there. So I didn't know anyone, no cell phones, no, way to communicate. You just got dropped off at college and off you went. So luckily, I had a really cute ski instructor my freshman year at Beaver Mountain, who I ended up marrying, Mary Beth's son, David. So he was also going to Utah State, and so we got married and graduated from Utah State, and we've just been huge Aggie fans, and he grew up in Logan, so I get to come back and visit Logan all the time, which I love because it's so beautiful here. And my daughter graduated from Utah State in May, and my son is just starting freshman year at Utah State. So anyway, we're keeping the Aggie tradition alive and just talking up Logan and Utah State as much as we can. So I got into quilting actually when I graduated from college and moved to Washington, D.C. We lived in Virginia, and there was a huge quilt community there, and that's where I learned to quilt. And something fun, I'll just tell you really quick. I mostly brought quilts from the book because I didn't have room to bring everything, but I started on baby quilts. And I love cats, so I would go and buy a cat fabric, a bright cat fabric in coordinates, and I bought myself a book and taught myself to quilt. And when I finished the quilt, I was like, what do I do with the quilt top now? Like, I did the top, now what? So I would mail it to my mother-in-law in Logan, and she would hand quilt the quilt. And then I thought, oh, that's great. I'm gonna make another one. So I made another one, mailed it to Grandma. She would hand quilt it, and another one. And I have a stack of 10, at least 10, bright cat baby quilts that Grandma hand quilts. I just thought that was the greatest thing. You sew the top and Grandma quilts them. That's how you do it. So I later got a sewing machine that I could machine quilt on. And then from there, I discovered that I could just have someone long arm my quilts, and I enjoy doing that. So I don't send them to grandma anymore. She would probably die if I sent her all these and made her hand quilt them. So anyway, that's just a little how I got started. But I want to talk today about why we're here, because we want to see what is in my newest book. So the original book came out a few years ago called Playful Precut Quilts, which is a bit of a tongue twister. I could have rethought that maybe. And that was super fun, and I love all the quilts. And I was like, you know what? I feel like we could I feel like there's another book. Like let's take it a little farther and keep the same concept, but write all new patterns. So that's what this is. And what's fun about the Playful Precut series is all the quilts use 12-inch blocks in the original book and the second book, which blocks if you like a setting, or if you like this block, but I don't love how you put that together. I think I do that, or I want to combine blocks, make a sampler. So they're all interchangeable, the first book and the second book, which I really love. And I love 12-inch blocks because it's easy math. It's 2, 4, 6, and 12. And so none of the cutting measurements are going to be weird in the books because they're all going to equal 12, which is super easy and fun to cut. And they use pre-cuts. Do you guys like to use pre-cuts? Do you buy pre-cuts? Yeah? Okay, why do you buy pre-cuts? What's interesting?
The whole line.
Okay.
Size that you can use. There's a lot of patterns now for pre-cuts.
Yeah. Agreed? Anyone else? Saves time, yes. And you get the whole. Yeah, that's right. And sometimes you're shopping with your girlfriends, and sometimes you don't know, you're just shopping for fun. So I always would find myself buying like a layer cake or a charm pack, or, and then, because I didn't know what to buy, and I knew, well, this is something, I've got a good start. So the idea with the books is that you can use your pre-cuts, and if you don't have pre-cuts, it's easy to cut yardage, right? For 5-inch squares or 2.5-inch strips. So it can go both ways. So, so I wrote them so you can use your pre-cuts, and they're easy to shop for and easy to buy fabric. You don't have to have a ton of stuff cut at the cutting counter. You can kind of grab and go. So that's the concept of the book. Are we doing okay over here? We're going to block your view. Thanks for getting here early.
Yeah.
Okay, they can't see? Okay.
Hopefully we'll be okay.
Oh boy. Okay, good luck. Okay, can you guys all see? Okay, I'll make sure to hold it in the front. Okay. All right, so that's a little bit about what you can expect in the book. And in a moment, we're going to show you the quilts. But just every quilt pattern has a quick cutting block. So if you just wanted to make a pillow or a table runner, you don't have to oh, this is to make 20 blocks. I only want one. So I included a quick cut guide for each of the blocks, which I didn't do in the first book. And after having it out and using it, I was like, oh, that would have been nice. So second book has it, and I'm really excited about that. Okay, so we're going to kick it off with the cover quilt. All right, the cover one's this one. Okay, I'm going to really try not to pull that thing down. It's scaring me now.
No, it's a little scary to me.
Okay. Oh, and before we start, the books are for sale, and since you guys came in person, Chris is giving you guys 20%.
Our online.
And our online friends? Okay, and our online friends. Anyone who joins in gets 20% off the book, 20% off of my patterns, and 20% off of the kits that they cut. So you guys are already making money just being here. We're saving so much, you can buy more. Yes. So, yes. Yes, yes. So, and I will sign your books for you today. I brought my marker. Okay, so the cover quilt is this one, and it's called Summer Meadow. So let's, Ella, you're good, you're tall. Okay, oh, we have to show it in the camera. Okay, right there. Okay, so Summer Meadow is made from Enchanted Meadow by Bev McCullough for Riley Blake. This is one of her collections, which I love. And it uses fat eighths and fat quarters. So I love buying fat eighth or fat quarter bundles because you can cut them up into strips. You can cut them up, into squares. And so you get, how are your arms doing, Ella? You're going to get a workout. So you get everything to make the block and then a little yardage. Okay, so what you love about these stars is you don't have to worry about the points, because I love cheater stars because it isn't going to match up to anything. And no matter what you do, you're going to have points. Like you could sew the worst seam ever and you're still going to have points, which I love. And this is fun to showcase if you have a fat quarter collection of Halloween or Christmas or just your favorite thing. You really get to showcase the fabric, which I love fabric first, probably, and quilt second, maybe. But you really get to like see the fabric instead of it just getting lost into a million pieces. So just picture how cute this would be in like orange and black, or like Christmas colors, or winter, or if you have like, a summer bundle. It's just a fun way to showcase the fabric. And what's great about this, you can also just do one top strip and you have a table runner. So this is the 12-inch block. And then the instructions show you how to do this fun setting, which is fun. So you could take any quilt block and pop it in here if you're like, oh, I really like that sashing. That's cool. Or that works for what I want to do. And you could put the sunflower in there, or alternate or add. So you kind of get to be creative, which I like. I don't want it to be, you have to make exactly what I made. I want to be like, this is what I made. You get inspired and make something that you love. Okay, so this one was the first one that we made because the publisher was like, we need to shoot the cover in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, I don't have any done. So I'm like, well, why don't we put on the cover? I don't even know. So I just went for it, and it ended up I really am happy how the cover turned out. So anyway, all right. I love it. So this one's fun. Actually, Bev, who designed this collection, she is remaking it as we speak in her Halloween Spooky Adventure collection. So I can't wait to see how that looks. I'll be sure to post pictures. All right. So fun. Let's do, we're going to do Playful Pinwheels next. Okay, it's this one right here. I can't go very far. I'm tethered. Okay, so this fabric is also from Bev. I'm a big fan. She's my good friend. Okay, this is the top. All right, there we go. Can you guys see that? Okay, so this one obviously is pinwheels. And what's fun about this one is that it uses fat quarters, and it's the kind of cheater method for pinwheels, which means that your pinwheels are going to spin both ways, but you don't really notice it in the quilt. So if you notice, the green is going this way, like the green are pointing around here, but the green are pointing around here this way. But I decided that it doesn't matter. They can point anyway and it's going to be fine. And that just lets you make it really fast and easy instead of being picky. So what I love about this is it's a super fast way to make these pinwheel blocks. And then I did this wide sashing with just like a half square triangle, just to give it a little movement and not detract. And then I used this linen, Riley Blake linen blend, which I love. It kind of gives it a modern feel. I don't know. This is one of my favorites. And then I love the little rainbow quilting. I just thought it was cute.
I have a feeling some of you are picky about your pinwheels. Am I right?
But can you tell? But I was like, you know what? I don't think I would tell because it's already like too much movement for my eyes to focus.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, or if you are picky, you can just do them all the same. But I thought, you know what? This is a faster way because I'm all about fast. Like if I can't do it in a day, I'm out. Yeah. Okay, so that is called Playful Pinwheels. Yes, let's see what's on the back. I have no idea. Stripes. Yeah, isn't that cute? I know.
That quilting is cute.
I know, and the fabric's cute with the. Have you guys ever used like a natural linen background before?
Yes,
Yeah,
love it.
it's fun. And if you get the blend, it doesn't shift as much. And then if you're worried, sometimes just a little spray starch will keep it from stretching. Because if you do pull it, it will give. So you just kind of, and it's not bad with, these are large pieces. If you did small piecing, it might be a little more fussy, but this was just a fun one to put together. Okay, so next, let's do our strawberry quilt. It's this one right here. Okay, I think this one turned out to be everyone's favorite from just feedback I've gotten, and I loved it. I wanted to make a strawberry quilt forever, and I just couldn't decide on the pattern, you know, and so I was like, you know what, it's time to decide, time to just make a strawberry quilt. So, do you guys love it? I think it's the colors, right? You can't go wrong with pink, red, and green. So this quilt has 2 blocks. So you'll make 2 blocks and alternate them with some sashing. So you have strawberry and then this fun pinwheel that makes a chain. Who loves chain quilts? Yes, like every quilt I could make could be a chain quilt. And what's fun is obviously these are 2.5-inch strips. And I'm going to be demonstrating how to make this block at the end because they asked me to demonstrate something. So stay tuned. I'll show you how to put it together. But it's fun because you can kind of do an ombre look. So you can sort your reds and then your pinks. And then you get this fun, that's kind of how a strawberry looks, right? It's like light on the top and it gets darker. So this one's fun. And what's great is we have a kit that they made. And the kit, here, show them the kit. I'll hold this. Because show them how cute the kit is. Like you don't have to pick fabrics at home. You can just buy the whole thing and look how cute it is. So you get everything to make this, the greens and all the strawberry and the white and the red in a kit. And then you just have the book and you can sew it in a day. So yeah, so that is... So this one is called Strawberry Farm. Okay, any questions? If you guys have questions, just holler if you want to know what's on the back. This is Lori Holt's famous little chicks.
I have to tell you, Dorothy said that the strawberry quilt is the one that convinced her to buy the book.
Oh, tell her thank
She
you.
also loves the 9 lives because it is.
Oh yes, we're getting to 9 lives. So yeah, this one's fun. And the picture is so cute in the book. We found this cute farm and just, it was so bright green and the white fence, it just looked so much like the quilt. So that was a fun one to take pictures of. Okay, let's see. We're just gonna work our way through here. You guys are the first ones to see all the quilts in person. They've never been out of the house. Okay, do you wanna grab that one right there? That one, yeah. Okay, so this one is called Mod Diamonds. And it's also, you can put this together in a day, trust me. And what's fun about this also is it's cheater points. You can't mess the points up because it's just a stitch and flip method, which is super fast. And then it's 1 block and each block has this red in the corner. So then when you sash it and put it together, you get a secondary pattern, which I love when quilts do that. So this isn't its own thing. It's just part of the block. So it's even faster than it looks. This uses 10-inch pre-cut squares. So you get like, here's a 10-inch square, here's one. So it's kind of fun because you get, right, all 4 of your little blocks. So you can showcase your fabric really well, I think, because they're all together. And this used my Mod Meow collection from a few years ago, which is fun. And then you can fussy cut. I love when you get to fussy cut because I love theme prints. So you can fussy cut and put anything you want in the middle. So it would be easy to do for any holiday or any color scheme or any 10-inch stacker that you had. It's a great way to use it up and come up with a cute quilt. So this one was super fun.
They're admiring the quilting on it. Yes,
Isn't the quilting cute? I have the quilting patterns. Oh, it says in the book. I think I did. Somewhere in the book on each page, it says what the quilting pattern is. So we'll find it.
That's done computerized.
Yes, all mine are computerized and edge to edge. So that, I just think that's the easiest. And I like how it blends. Yes. Where did she write the? All right, I'll find it in a minute. All right, For more details. Okay, we'll figure out what the name of it is. Don't worry. Okay, not to worry. All right, let's talk about the sunflower quilt. That's Ella's favorite. Did you say that's your favorite? Okay, so it's called Sunflower Garden. We'll hold it up. And let's see where it is. Okay, it's a big one. I don't know why it's so big. I just kept going. But I have it hanging in my entryway right now because it's such a sunflower time of year, right? Okay, so it's not that bad because all the blocks are pretty much the same. I just used a variety of the browns in dark to medium, and then you have like this light yellow and then a gold. So you kind of just separate your fabrics according to color intensity, and then you're just gonna bust out the blocks. And I use the stitch and flip method, so you never are cutting triangles. It's always like just little snowballing the middle, and then just easy, your normal way of making like flying geese here and half square triangles. So it's pretty standard and they're kind of fun to put together. I love how just fabric placement looks like a sunflower, which is fun. And then the setting is really fun. It's on point. Who hates on point? Anyone hate putting quilts on point? We love it. Yay! You'll love this then. And it's not that bad. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't make a lot of those. I'm not sure. It seems overwhelming, but it's pretty simple. You guys agree? You guys are all professionals here. You're experts. So what's fun is the strips include the white. So you get this kind of like lattice look, which is fun. So I really loved how it turned out. And the quilting is called sunflowers. I do know that because it looks like a sunflower. Anyway, any questions on that one? Show the back. Okay, the back got pieced because it's so big. Do you guys? Yeah, it's fun. So it kind of looked sunflowery, I thought. So yeah, that one was super fun to make. And you can have it up like all of August and September into October. I just love the feel it has. So such a fun time of year. And it's so low, it looks so, there's so many sunflowers when you drive around here. There's not as many where I live. So, and the picture, we went up this canyon in Lehigh and it was like this meadow and it was just so pretty where we took the pictures. There we go. I'll get out of the way. There we go. And again, you could make a smaller version of this because you could, do 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, like a 5, and then you would use the same corners and the sides. They're all the same measurements because the blocks are 12 inches. So you could easily make a 5 wall hanging if you wanted. If you're like, oh, I don't have room for that, you could easily make a 5 if you wanted it small. Or you can make it bigger. The finished size of it is 85 inches and it's square. So, it's not that big, but. Okay, any other questions? Okay, we love that one. Sunflower. Okay. All right, we'll just grab, I think that's Farmhouse. Okay, let's see. Our next one is called Modern Farmhouse. And I've wanted like a neutral quilt to hang in my entryway just when like you don't have a season. And so this is what I'd been wanting. Yeah, and we have kits for it. So they picked all the fun neutral colors so you don't have to even do the brain work. So this one is 2 blocks alternated. It's a star, and you can tell the star has the little corners. And then the secondary block is this with a lot of white space behind it. So here's the block. That's pretty easy. But I love when you alternate it, you get this fun, another kind of chain look to it. And I also love that you get to have the stars are all one fabric, so you really can show off. I love showing off your fabric. So I am going to remake this in Halloween fabrics. I think I'm going to do a dark background with the Halloween. I think that'd be really cute. I feel like this is super versatile. Yes, it looks really modern farmhouse, and maybe like that is not my style at all. But you could do totally bright summer You could do any kind of theme print, Christmas. It's just whatever you want. It's like a blank. Wouldn't that be cute? It would be so adorable. So I kind of wanted to do like a blank canvas. So you could be like, oh, I have this, what are we making this with? Fat eighths. So you need 15 fat eighths and then some background. So you could do really anything. What do you think would be the cutest? What would you do? Halloween? Huh?
I do blue and white.
Blue and white. Okay, that would be cute. Any?
Bees.
Bees. Cute. Anyone else? Like, oh, that would be so cute in this. Yeah, spring would be cute, huh? Yeah, I feel like you could go anyway.
Halloween.
Yeah, I know. I think I am going to make the Halloween. I'll just carve out a little time. So yeah, or it's fun neutral, because sometimes it is fun to just have quilts that aren't, always holiday, because when it's, the end of January, I don't know what you put out. Okay, yay. And then this quilting is so fun. It's one of my new favorites because it looks like a basket weave. Yeah, and I think it would be cute on any quilts, but I was so excited how it turned out. So it's cute, huh? Oh yeah, and it's fast. Like you could sew this together in a day. You could. You guys are gonna call me and be like, it's not done. It's called what is? Trying to see what the name of the. I can't find out where I put the name of the quilting pattern. It's somewhere in there. Okay. So that is Modern Farmhouse. And someone did ask if this is my house. And it's actually my cousin's house in Alpine. So no, it's not my house. So we did all the photography in the Lehigh Alpine area. So all the pictures are from somewhere there. But the house is gorgeous. I wish it was mine.
Saying that she loves that you use fat eighths. You don't have to buy a massive amount of fabric.
Yeah, that is fun. And what I do like is if you have a fat quarter bundle, you can cut it in half, and now you get twice the longevity of it.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's see. What haven't we seen? Want to do the cat one? Okay. So I couldn't write a book. If you know me, you know I love cats. It's an understatement of the year. I have 2 cats. If you follow me, you know who they are. So I had to have a cat quilt. There was a cat quilt in the first book. And then this one, it just makes you smile because it's funny. And these are what my cats look like. They're leopard print. But what is fun is if you have a cat, you can make your cat look however your cat looks. So if you have a black cat, you would make him black, and then I would obviously give him a little different eye color. Or if you have a gray cat, or if you have an orange cat, you could also just make 1 block, and now you have a cat pillow. If you don't need 9, it's called 9 lives, because isn't that true? And also, if you're like, well, I don't love the cats, but this is kind of interesting, you can pop any quilt block in the middle of this to have this kind of fun scallop frame, which is kind of fun. And it has hearts. So in my first book, there was a heart block. You could put hearts in there, and now it's almost a Valentine quilt. You could kind of get creative with it, or you can make it exactly like mine. But I did think it's fun that you can have it represent whatever color your little kitty is. Who has cats? Anyone have cats? Because you're my new best friend if you have only 1 cat owner in the audience.
Can we make them into dogs?
Yes.
I know. I don't do dog blocks. Chris will design a 12-inch dog block free on the website, and you can pop it right in. Okay. So we'll get that up for you. Yes, but you could find a 12-inch dog block and just pop it in, because 12 inches is pretty universal. Anyway, so this was super fun. This was my Leafy Keen fabric collection that Ella and I worked on, which is one of my favorites. And then look how cute the quilting is. It's like rainbows with hearts. Isn't that fun? I was like, give me the cheesiest quilting pattern. And it just is Ella wants this quilt, right? She's like, I get to have that one.
Along with her 100 others that she has.
Yeah. So anyway, so that one.
The cat quilt reminds her of postage stamps.
Yeah, it does look like postage. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you could put any 12-inch block in the postage stamp. If your little boy loved airplanes, now it's an airplane postage stamp quilt. Or, There you go. Or dogs, fine. Anyway, or any of the blocks from the 2 books will fit in there. So, all right. The sashing's fun because it has hearts. So, all right. We like the cat one. Okay. All right. Let's do the Christmas quilts.
They all know your cat's names. So I'm putting it in
Oh, Mufasa and Charlotte. Yes. I know that.
Charlotte's just new.
Charlotte, yes. She's a little baby. She's funny. Okay. Yes. You love this
That's
one?
the one that I bought.
You bought the book for this one. I know. I love it. I wanted something kind of more modern Christmas a little. And I liked the idea of doing, this is a gray linen background from Riley Blake, which is fun. Of course, you could do any background. You could do white, cream, a Christmas print. And it's fun. Obviously, the blocks are the tree. But what was fun is I just put this little white star in the tree, which kind of looks a little like a snowflake, but a quilt block. So I thought that was fun. And then this fun little plus block kind of gives it that log cabin, I don't know, feel. That's what I was going for. So this one has the little triangles in the corner, which gives this fun kind of a chain, almost like a bow or I don't know, kind of Christmassy, like a little candy. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was fun. So you could totally make this in your favorite Christmas collection. You don't have to go log cabin. If you like pinks and mint greens, that would be super cute. If you like traditional, so cute. But it would work for any of your favorite Christmas. You could even do like winter feel with like blues and greens would be cute. So, and again, you could make a smaller version. This barely even has a border. I really wanted it to just be focused on the quilt and not like a kitschy border. So I just wanted the blocks to kind of shine in this one. But of course, you guys know how to put borders on. You could put a border if you had a favorite collection.
What's the border that you like?
You know what? They vary. So this one just has enough to give you some space between the points and the binding. If I have points on my edge and bind right on the points, it kind of cuts them off because it puffs a little. So anytime a quilt ends in points, I make sure to at least give it some border so then it doesn't look like I cut off my points.
That's a great tip.
Yes, because otherwise you've done all this work and it's not your fault. It's just the binding's fault, right? Because it's not tight. It has a little puff. And so sometimes your points will get just look like they're cut off. So always just add a little extra around it and they won't cut off. So that's what I did on this one. But the ones that have like a larger border, usually I cut them about 5 inches. Then they finish at 4.5 inches. That's kind of my norm.
Someone is wanting to know, what is the gray background?
Oh, this is a gray linen blend Riley Blake.
Okay, linen blend.
Linen blend. So it's like, I don't remember the ratio, 40-60, something like that.
It handles really well.
Yeah.
It doesn't stretch too much.
It doesn't stretch. Yeah, it doesn't shrink too much. It doesn't wrinkle as much.
So you'd have to dry clean that then?
No, I'd toss it right in the wash. Yep. And you know, when you wash a quilt for the first time, it has the crinkle effect. It'll do that, but it won't. It'll look good. So, okay.
I think a lot of people do like the crinkle look.
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah,
More worn.
more worn than just, I do have a friend that irons his quilts though,
For that?
Christopher.
Does he really?
Yes. So it gets that flat modern look. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. What was on the back of that one? I think just red. Red blossom. Speaking of Christopher. Yep. Okay, let's show the chambray one. Okay, speaking of like using linens, this one I used the Riley Blake chambray, which I love. And so the idea was to have a fun picnic quilt that you didn't feel bad about taking to a football game, taking on a picnic because it wasn't that elaborate. So
I'll take it.
take it. Yes, I'm going to keep it folded. So, and this one was just alternate, just showing you can just take one block and alternate a plain block over and over. And it just has this really fun effect, which is super fast and easy, no sashing. And I love how the chambray looks when it's quilted. And so I chose like a more intricate quilt design. It's kind of like a paisley bandana. Huh?
That's Sweet Shop, I know that.
Okay, she's got it memorized. Yeah, and so it was just fun to have this chambray. It just feels like you would use it. I don't know. I love the feel of it. And then the fabrics are all from Liberty, and it was a collection that had all red, white, and blue kind of florals. But you could do any, any of your favorites. But anyway, I hope to make more quilts with chambray. It was really fun.
It's beautiful.
Instead of like denim, it's just easy to work with because it's light, it washes. Yeah. It doesn't, I didn't think it frayed as any more than the linen ones, or I wasn't covered by the time I was done.
That is a really pretty denim.
It is. Yeah.
It's not showing up as well on.
No, it kind of just look, yeah. Here, can we zoom in? Yes.
It really is a beautiful.
I don't know.
Denim color.
So a chambray is like woven white and the blue. That's how you get that. And it's a good weight. It's like the same weight as quilting cotton. So it's, yeah, it's fun, huh? And then the back just has little dots. So anyway, I would make this one again. It was super fun. Yeah, you could do any of your favorite pre-cuts in that one. And you could take it to the beach if you wanted. It'll wash fine. Okay, let's grab that one. Or if you had to make a gift, because then you only have to make, half the blocks, and then the other blocks are plain, and you quilt it really cute, and it didn't take you a ton of time. So, okay, this one is called Flower Crossing. Let me pull it up. This one's super fun. Kind of a little scrappier looking, but
Sherry wants to know what the name of the chambray quilt is.
That's called Liberty Stars.
Liberty Stars.
Liberty Stars. So this one I used 10-inch pre-cuts, and you would cut them. I'm just trying to give you a little view of what the block looks like because it gets a little lost. So the block looks like this here.
Did you use charm ply?
Let me see. 4.5, 2.5. That. I think this piece right here is, I think, 8.5.
Okay.
So I think you would have to piece it. And then what it is it's this block, but then the sashing is this. So the sashing looks like this. So you're getting a secondary effect with only one block and some sashing, which was kind of fun. So yeah, so super fun to use because you can cut up your 10-inch pre-cuts, and then you use one for here and then a different one for there. And it's fun because you've got that whole collection, like you said you like, and you can really just see how the whole collection comes together. So I think that's fun. And I would love to make this in another collection and just see, how different it would look. But you could make this in any 10-inch.
There are several questions wanting to know what kind of batting you use.
Oh, okay. I do talk about that in the book because Hobbs bonded fibers are very generous in letting me use their batting, and I love their batting. And so my favorite right now is their wool cotton blend, wool cotton. So I love, who uses wool? Anyone?
I use the Hobbs 80/20 usually.
The cotton poly?
Yeah.
I use that. I like that one too. But I got into their wool blend and I love it because it's a little warmer. It still has a little loft, but not puffy. It's not as flat as all cotton. So try it. It's called Tuscany. Huh?
It's not supposed to be as hot either.
Yeah.
Because it breathes better.
It breathes. So it is kind of warmer in the winter and maybe, that's how, how wool
I
works.
made my mom's, she lived at the beach.
Oh, she loved
So
that.
it was warm enough in the winter and it was cool
Yeah.
in the summer.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's, I think, called Tuscany, Hobbs Tuscany. Anyway, so I think this one is just a fun pattern. If you have a stacker and you're like, oh, I don't know what to make, well, try this. So, and then again, you can do theme print in the middle. I just chose the low volume to put in the middle that came. Sometimes 10-inch stackers aren't all created equal. Sometimes they're really heavy on the low volume. Sometimes just depends on the collection. So you can kind of be versatile in how you arrange it. So hopefully that's a fun one that you guys like. So, and this fabric is by Minky Kim for Riley Blake. I love her stuff. She's super cute.
I think this would be cute for like a stadium quilt too. In
Utah State fabric.
fabrics, colors,
Yeah.
Or BYU.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be cute in that at all.
Or University of Utah.
Or not.
Or any university. But you could do like,
Or anything but Utah State.
yeah. Where's the door? No.
California.
Yeah. So yes,
I just think that would like really allude itself to, because those center squares, you could put the university fabric.
yeah. And then the
around
colors,
it would be just the
blues
colors.
and grays, it would be super cute. I do need to make a Utah State.
Yes,
Cool.
you do.
Are we out of Utah State fabric? Okay. They're out of it.
Yeah.
Are you getting more?
Possibly.
Okay. Good answer. Possibly. Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's do sweater weather, which is that one. I always wanted a quilt called sweater weather. I love the word sweater weather. Like, it just makes you happy, right? I have a sweater that says sweater weather on it. So that's,
really?
I was going to wear it, but it was a little hot. Okay. So this quilt was actually inspired by the plaid. It's a Riley Blake basic plaid. And I just loved the plaid. And I thought, this just feels like sweater weather. So then I kind of added in these more modern fall colors with kind of like the traditional golds, but then this dusty olive, a dusty kind of purple, and this like dusty mauve. And it's just kind of like a fun fall feel without being fall, kind of a understated fall. But you could go Christmas, it could go Utah State, it could go Halloween, it could go any direction you wanted to take it. And this one is fun. It's 2 blocks alternated, no sashing. So they actually butt right up against each other. And then it forms this secondary little pattern here, which is fun. And also a little tedious. This probably is the most tedious one. Well, you have to match all these points up, which is not my favorite. But they're all matched up and they're all intact because that's...
Gloria says sweater weather would be great in flannel.
Oh, so cute in flannel. Tell her I love that. Or you guys have a few fall collections here that would be cute in too. It could go patriotic. It could go something where you put like a busier theme print in the middle. I don't know. I like to create quilts that you can expand on. You're not locked into, well, this is a fall quilt, everyone. You have to do fall. It's whatever you want it to be. So, which was fun. Anyway, I love the colors. And this is not my front porch. This was a neighbor of my cousin's. And we're like, can we take a picture on your porch? And this is exactly what it looked like. We didn't move anything. We just put the quilt there. Isn't that amazing? So we're like, this is pretty. Can we? She's like, sure. Yeah. So yep, she had all these mums and pumpkins. And I'm like, it looks like my porch doesn't look that cute. But anyway, it looks great with the quilt. So, okay.
They want to know, can it be done in a day?
This one took me longer than a day. I think I did 2 days on this one. I did these blocks are easy. These ones take a little more time. It's just mostly putting it together. But you could do it. Maybe a day. A whole day. 8 hours. Let's see. Oh, that's a good question. This one uses fat quarters, 5 gold, 3 olive, 3 dark mauve, and then the plaid is yardage. So you really could pick, it's like a 3-color quilt with like a theme print. So that'd be pretty easy to work within the framework of, instead of, oh, what do I want to do?
So do you do exactly 1/4 inch or do you do?
Oh, good question. Scant.
Quarter?
Okay, we had a really great question. Do I do exact 1/4 inch or do I do a scant? I tried to do the exact one on my machine. I took a class and she told me you should always do scant. So, but I just don't. So I will square up the flying, let's see. The flying geese method is this method in the book, which I always use for my flying geese, which allows you to square it up. So those are perfect. So I figure if that's already perfect and I sew it together with the 1/4 inch, it should all fit together perfectly. If I sewed it with the scant and it was all uniform, it would also be perfect because nothing's trying to fit within like a pre-measurement. Does that make sense? So I usually don't do scant. But I did take a class and she's like, you should do scant. And I'm like, I'll try it. But then I just go back to my same. So why would you do scant? Because the idea is that the needle and the thread take up a smidgen of space by the time you iron it, right? That you lose a little bit. So it's either there's gonna be a margin of error. So if you do just a scant, it should be perfect because you've allowed for the thread and the needle space and the folding space.
What would your answer be to, can a beginner handle any of these quilts?
Yes, but I think I would start if the beginner has like true beginner or like we've whose question? If you've never sewn before, I would do a beginning quilt with just sewing 5-inch squares. Every time I teach a beginning class, we get a 5-inch stacker and we just sew them together because that's such a fun way to learn. It looks like you've done something great. It looks like you've picked a lot of great fabrics and really you've just practiced 1/4-inch seams. So if you can do that well, then you can probably, I would attempt like a quilt like this one that doesn't have angles, and then get pretty good at that and then branch out to learn about how to do half square triangles. Because once you've mastered half square triangles, that's all we're doing in the book is it's either a square or a half square triangle. So definitely would be within their reach, but a little practice beforehand. There, did I answer that really bad? Okay, this is Happy Scrappy. And I actually really love this quilt and it was so fun to make. And I didn't really know how it would turn out till I made it. Isn't it cute? This is like a surprise because I'm like, okay, these are pretty easy. This is pretty, but when it comes together, it was just like, oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, Happy Scrappy. So obviously this is a 12-inch block and you guys all could tell me how many inches these squares are.
2.5.
Yeah, and they finished it too. Yep, so we have those and then we alternate with this kind of plus block and we just put it on point. And how fun of a scrap quilt is that? You could make it smaller, you could make it a little bigger. This actually covers a twin bed pretty good. It's not a true twin size though. The background fabric is a pale pink linen. Isn't that cute? So it has a little like texture, a little earthy feel.
So I notice your points are going right to the binding.
Yes. So what did I do? Because it's cut on point, there's extra that you square off. So I think I put the tip in there in the book. I left extra because there is extra. You get a star. Yes. So that's see how much space is there? That wouldn't be there if it was just a sawtooth star or a flying geese. It would be right there. So I built extra in for that. You could also put a border on it too. I just didn't know what border I would put because it's scrappy and I didn't have enough.
I love the scrappy binding.
Yes. I just took whatever was left over because you cut these all 2.5 inches. So whatever was left on the floor, I scooped it up and there's the binding. So what you could, I set a parameter for the color. I didn't put any red in it and I didn't put black or gray. So I tried to stay within a little bit of a color family so it wouldn't just look crazy, but you could totally do crazy. Or you could do like all, shades of blue or your favorite colors, or if someone's room is a certain color, or it could just be crazy. It could be Christmas scrappy. After you make your Christmas quilt, save all the fabric, and then now you can make this. But I really, I think it's so fun and I would make it again. So I give you a little bit of a cheater method. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to show this. They have to buy the book. No. A little bit of a cheater method to put so you're not just doing a square, which you can. And it's not, and I didn't want to do the around the world method. You guys have done that where and then it has a pattern, but you could totally do that if you wanted it to have a pattern. I wanted it to look scrappy. So there's no rhyme or reason, and there was no planning. It was just sew strips together, cut them, and then put them back together. So a few places I might have had pinks touching or these blues are touching. It didn't bother me. So it might bother some people, but I didn't plan it out. Just in a bag and just pull out the strips. Show the cover of the book. There you go. So this one is Happy Scrappy, and it's fun. So you guys need to make this. Save your scraps and make it. It's super fun. Here is the picture we did. This was like our only indoor shot. But it's cute on the bed. This is at my photographer's house.
Okay.
So she had an iron bed with some shiplap, and so we kind of styled it, and we're just like, okay, that should work. Anyway, my first book, I didn't do any photography. I sent the publisher the quilts, and they took the pictures, and that's what I got. But this one, they're like, no, we want you to hire your own photographer, and so I got to be involved. So that was fun.
That's a very.
It was stressful though.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we were both stressed because my photographer had only taken pictures of people. And if you ever take pictures of quilts, it's harder than people because they don't just turn and smile. You have to make them look good. They're just going to sit there. So she's really great at it now, and I'm much better at it now after this experience. But I love how the photography turned out. Okay, did we get to everything? Is there anything left? Oh, the backing is so cute. It's Lori Holt's. It's like an embroidery, you know, the old-fashioned embroidery. Here. Isn't it cute? So, and I think it's a wide back. So there's no piecing. Isn't that darling? I know, it's so cute. I know. Anyway, so that was the last quilt. I think that was the last one I made in the book. And I was like, oh, I actually really like it. So for being scrappy. Okay, I'm thumbing through here because I think we got them all. There's some bonus projects. So because you can interchange the blocks, there's a pattern for a 4-block table runner. So you can take any 4 blocks or 1 block repeated 4 times. And the pattern is just for these little diamonds sashing. So you can just pop the blocks in. This block was from the Mod Diamond pattern. So I just repeated it here. And it's super, super cute. So you could take any 4 blocks or any block you want, and you can just make a table runner. Super easy. And then let's show the pillows. In the first book, there was a table runner pattern. In the second book, there was a 1-block quilt, but I did a 1-block pillow. So you can take any 12-inch quilt block. And I mean, obviously this is easy, but it's just nice to have the pattern so you know how many little squares to cut. Something about pillows, I always do 20-inch pillows, and then they all match. So I change all my pillows out for every holiday. Higher, yes. So lower. So this is the pinwheel block, and I thought it was cute for 4th of July. And whenever I make a 20-inch pillow, I always make sure to put a border around the outside. Otherwise, if you just made it, it's going to look like that. So I like to have a nice amount of border, so then your quilt block shows there. This is another quilt. This quilt block was from the first book. Again, a 12-inch block. In the same way, this is using Christmas with Scaredy Cat. That's available out there. And then I just bind the edge, so it's like fake piping, but it's just binding on the edge of my pillow. Do you guys do that? Yeah. So that pattern is in there. And then there's one last pattern, this one. So that's to make a 4-block table runner or a 9-square baby quilt. So this, you would pick any of the squares, any block, and the pattern is for this cute little sashing here. So this is the plus. Who can remember what block this came in? The Christmas one, yes. So obviously it looks very different with different colors. So I just thought this is a cute toddler size. So anyway, the pattern for, yeah. So it just says pick your block, and then here's how to do the sashing. So you get 3 little bonus projects of other ways to use the quilt blocks. So, and this is a variety of Lori Holt fabric. It's on the back, just pink. Just pink. So anyway, does anyone have any questions? I feel like, oh, wait, I was going to show this. Hand me that little stack of fabric right there. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So I was going to just demonstrate really quick because they said to demonstrate something. Okay. So we're going to demonstrate quickly how I put the strawberry block together. Okay. Here is the strawberry block right here. Do we need to adjust?
Oh, are you going to do it?
I can just hold it up.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you how fun it is to make a block. Okay, so here's the finished block. So all you would do is take your strips, and we have the kit right there. These are our 2.5-inch strips, and just sew them together. And I tried to do a little ombre effect. So there's 4. And then the 5th one, as you can see, has some piecing in it because we have this little stem effect, but they're just flip and stitch half square triangles. So how I do my half square triangles, there's 2 methods in the book. One is flip and stitch, and the one is where you get 2 at a time. And it says in there when you use which one. So when I do a flip and stitch method is if I only need to make a few, then I will do the flip and stitch because you waste. It's the waste method. So you would have 2 squares, right? And you put them right sides together, and then you sew here. And I didn't bring scissors, but you would just cut here and open it up, and you get 1 half square triangle like that. So everyone's done flip and stitch, right? Okay, so you would make 2 of these, and then using the same method, you use the pink fabric. You're going to stitch and flip on pink with the triangles, kind of like that. So that's how we get this little shape. They're just stitch and flip triangles. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take our white squares, and this is how we get this little shape here. So the bottom is the dark. So I would take my white square, use myself as the flannel board, and we're going to draw a line here, and we're going to just sew there, cut, and that's how we get the bottom. So super easy. You don't need a template or something crazy. It's just you cut this and then cut it, and then that's how it looks on the back. So that's super easy to get that done. And then the top part is this. So we have our little half square triangles and our little stem units, and we've just sewn that. And then we would just sew it on top of our strawberry bottom. And now you have, it's going to look like this. So you would sew that onto there. And you have a little strawberry. So super fast. It looks a little more complicated than it is, but it's really easy. I'm only going to use easy measurements, stitch and flip method, because that's just easy to cut. And then, oh, do you want to hold up the strawberry quilt one more time? It's that one, right? Right here. Sorry, I would come over there. Yeah, I didn't mean to boss you. I'm just chained to this. Thank you. So I'll just show you the strawberry quilt one more time and show you how this fits in. Okay. So, all right. So here you can see how the little block goes right here. And so one final step would be to put these little green corners on, which kind of gives it, adds to the chain. But if you were just like, oh, I want a pillow, I don't need them, then this is what it looks like. So here we have our little strawberry, and then you would just make the chain block and alternate those. And it really comes together super fast. So, and it's fun. And it's just makes you smile. So any questions on that? See how fast that was? You could do it any day. It was so easy. So, all right. Anyone have questions? Or if you want to see any of the quilts again, I'm just, come up and hold them up. And if you want to take a picture of them, you can.
So do you have plenty of books?
Do you have plenty of books? We have those books right there.
And that's all?
And that's how many did you want to buy?
But maybe everybody else does.
Well, then you better push and shove. No. No, I think there's plenty. So not to worry. And I'll sign it. And then you would just, grab whatever you want. And then you can just check out at the front, and they'll give you your discount. So anyway, all right, signing off. Did yours already sign off?
Mine already did.
All right.
I don't know. So thanks everyone for being with us, and we will have you
Tomorrow.
back tomorrow night.
Sold.
Comment sold. So come join us for that as well. Okay. Bye everyone.
All right. Bye.
I see all 3 of you.
So fun.
Oh, it was really fun. Fun to see the quilts and everything. Hi.